Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 20 video, and in today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the New York Jets, and the star of the video is Jamal Adams, as we have a young quarterback, Sam Darnold, who has had some talent questions, but this is my second video being recorded today, as I did just record the Patriots video. But apart from that, it is time to get into this rebuild, and as you can see, we have our coach IC Ghost, just like Sam Darnold, so it matches him perfectly. They must be related. Though, getting into the team, we have Sam Darnold here, obviously, like I just mentioned, who is 22 years old. I don't know why I said 24 years old. 1 year experience, has 90 throw power and 81 speed. Decent accuracy, nothing amazing. And we also have Le'Veon Bell here, superstar running back, 27 years old, 6 years experience. Spin cycle as his superstar ability, was an X factor at the beginning of the year, got demoted to superstar. A lot of these receivers I plan to trade, especially Jamison Crowder. In real life, he drops a lot of passes. As we also have Mekhi Becton, the rookie, there at left tackle. We have C.J. Mosley and Avery Williamson, great middle linebackers. Outside, though, not very good. The secondary is overall pretty good, in my opinion, especially with Jamal Adams, 92 overall, X Factor, enforcer under pressure, and reinforcement as a superstar X Factor. Overall, amazing player in the thumbnail of this video. So apart from that, it's time to get into the trades. Here we are in the trades, as we're trading our defensive tackle and Anderson, our right end, for a first and a 5 from the Arizona Cardinals, and it is just cap situation like normal. Next, we have Jamison Crowder and another wide receiver, I'm not going to pronounce his name, for a first and a first from the Philadelphia Eagles. Little value for a lot in return. Next, we have a right guard, a center, and a wide receiver for a first this year and a first next year for the Seattle Seahawks. And again, more cap situations. I don't need those depth players. Now, here in free agency, we're going to sign Jadeveon Clowney, 86 overall, superstar development, left end. I'm going to move him to outside linebacker. And let's just look into the team. So, looking into the team after the trades, obviously this offense has been completely stripped, as I did pick up Pierre Garçon in free agency just for this season. Defensively, the defense looks a lot better. I'm going to move Jadeveon Clowney to right outside linebacker, but apart from that, it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here in the midseason mark, as we're coming off a win to the Jacksonville Jaguars, 33-27, as we are about to face the 2-5 Miami Dolphins, and we are second in the division behind the Buffalo Bills. We have players to resign such as Avery Williamson, and I am good with giving him that contract, and he does not accept it, though Brian Poole is here. He wants a little bit too much money. I could probably pick up cheaper cornerbacks in free agency, and Pierre Desir wants too much money as well. Jadeveon Clowney wants way too much money for being an 89 overall. I know he's a superstar development. I know he's a lot younger than most, but I'm not going to re-sign that. Pierre Garçon, there's no way. Marcus May, definitely want him back. Very cheap for a free safety, though he is low development, but has a solid development. He's not low development is what I meant to say. I meant to say low overall, but has a solid development is what I meant to say. And Jordan Jenkins is here, and I don't plan to re-sign him. He wants too much money, and all these other players here, I don't see anyone that I really want or need. And apart from that, it is time to get into the playoffs. So hopefully we can make it. And here in the playoffs, as we did not make it, as I said, hopefully we can make it. Coming off a loss to the Buffalo Bills, 31-21, we finished bottom of the division, 5-11. What was our schedule like? That was a huge drop off from, I think, 4-3. At the midseason mark, we were 4-3, and then we received a loss, a win, and then loss. That's like a 7-game losing streak, dude. That's really bad. But other than that, looking to the stats, Sam Darnold didn't actually do that bad. Offensively, we were 24th. Defensively, we were the worst in the league. Le'Veon Bell had a solid season. Sam Darnold, too many picks. Rushing, Le'Veon Bell, he was okay. Josh Doxson had a solid season, nothing amazing. Defensively, CJ Mosley with the most tackles. Tackles for a loss goes to Devian Clowney with 15 sacks. Goes to 4.5 for Nathan Shepard. Interceptions, 3 for CJ Mosley. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns, 0. So, other than that, it is time to get into the offseason. And here in the offseason, as you can see, the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl against the New Orleans Saints 31-21. Saints can never seem to get it done, apparently in the playoffs, and never finish with that Super Bowl win. But anyways, Avery Williamson is here, and I don't feel comfortable giving him this contract anymore because he is 28. And everyone else here I don't really want. Jordan Jenkins is now a star development player, so that's something to note. But I don't think I'm going after that, and it is time to get into free agency. But before we do that, we're going to look into the team, obviously, to see if there's any development upgrades. Obviously, none that I can see right now, as Jordan Jenkins did get the development upgrade, as I did just mention. So I may just go after him in free agency, is what I'll most likely do. So apart from that, it is time to get into free agency. And as you can see, I forgot to record free agency. So we have our left end here, Sylvester Duquesne, 77 overall, hidden development, ranked number 2 in the class. We picked him at 4. And this is what the team looks like after free agency. We have a new receiver and a new center as well, as you can tell. But still, the offensive line needs much improvement. Defensively, we have our new defensive end, Sylvester Duquesne. And this defense is really piecing together nicely, and I'm really enjoying it. So it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a loss of the Pittsburgh Steelers, 35-20, as we're about to face the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are third in the division at 3-4, and we have players to re-sign, such as Christopher Herndon, not Vernon, the fourth, and we will make him an offer. And he wants more money. I do want to re-sign him, so I probably will give him that in the offseason. But for now, it is time to simulate to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark. Actually, not at the midseason mark. I meant to say the playoffs. And we are here with a first-round bye, coming off a loss to the San Francisco 49ers, as we are 11-5. Looking at the team schedule, we were 3-4 at the midseason mark. So after that, we had all wins, and then a loss to the Niners on the final week. So talk about a transition from last year, how we went from a losing streak now to a winning streak. So that's pretty insane. Sam Darnold had a great year, top 10 in both stats, first offensively and first defensively. Le'Veon Bell had a great season. Sam Darnold, again, great season. Le'Veon Bell, great season. Ball distribution was very, very good on this team. And defensively, CJ Mosley with the most tackles for a loss, goes to Quinnen Williams with 10 sacks, 7 for Leonard Floyd, interceptions, 4 for Jamal Adams, safeties, 1 for Sylvester Duquesne, the rookie, defensive touchdowns, 0. So apart from that, we're just going to simulate this divisional round, and if we make it to the AFC Conference Championship, I'll play it, as we are playing the 10-6 Baltimore Ravens. So again, I'm just going to simulate it. It's too early in the season to play it, so I'm not going to. And we lose 28-14 against the Baltimore Ravens, which is kind of a bummer. But anyways, it is time to get into the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as the Baltimore Ravens beat the San Francisco 49ers 38-32 in a rematch from 2013, and the Baltimore Ravens still win, like always, because I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'm so happy about that. But Christopher Herndon here, the fourth, he does resign after giving a boost to his salary. I don't know if I want this right end. Maybe he's a good depth player, so I'll see what he wants. That's a little bit too much for me. I don't like that. And everyone else here, I don't like them either. So looking into the team, as we have an 81 overall team, I was hoping Sam Darnold would get an upgrade, but he did not, as our wide receiver and center both have superstar development, and Le'Veon Bell has superstar X Factor now. Defensively, Sylvester Duquesne has superstar X Factor, which is amazing. 84 overall, fearmonger, and strip specialist, which is pretty great. And everyone else looks good to me. And Samsung Bukam has superstar now with unfakeable ability, which is pretty good for an outside linebacker. And apart from that, it is time to get into free agency. And now, after free agency, we picked up David Bakhtiara as our left tackle and moved Mekhi Becton to right tackle, is what I meant to say. I keep stuttering. And we have Myles Garrett here at right end, 98 overall with morale, unstoppable force under pressure, and pass rush elite, which is pretty great superstar abilities and superstar X Factor. So it's time to get into the draft. Here we are after the draft as we have a new rookie receiver and a new rookie tight end, which I'm going to start over Christopher Herndon, which I do know we re-signed, and we have a new left guard and right guard with a new defensive tackle and a new free safety and a new defensive back. I had a lot of first round picks. Didn't really want to trade them. I could have traded them for better players, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. What's done is done, and it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a bye week as we are 4-3, about to face the 5-2 Atlanta Falcons. We are third in the division for a contested division, as Jamal Adams is here, about to be a free agent. He is a 98 overall with reinforcement. We're going to keep him, give him whatever amount of money he wants, 15 a year. That seems about right because he is worth that. He's probably one of my favorite players in the NFL, and we don't need this rotational free safety. There's some rookies here that I need to adjust their contracts. They're still not right. Though this receiver, what does he want? He wants too much money for my liking. So everyone else here I do not need, and I will not sign them. So apart from that, it is time to get into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we lost to the Tennessee Titans 28-24 as we finished 9-7. So do the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills as the Patriots win the division. Sam Darnold had a pretty good year. Offensively, we were 15th. Defensively, we were 16th. Sam Darnold had very few interceptions, which is very good. Rushing-wise, Le'Veon Bell did pretty good. Receiving-wise, our top receiver did good. C.J. Mosley had a lot of tackles. Tackles for loss, 13 for Myles Garrett. Sacks, 17.5 for Myles Garrett. Interceptions, 3 for Chibuike Uzie. And blocks, 0. Safeties, 1 for Samsung Ebukam, 1 for Myles Garrett. And defensive touchdowns, 0. So apart from that, it is time to get into the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as the Detroit Lions beat the New England Patriots 24-14 in Super Bowl 56. And we have the free safety here who I was talking about we might resign. So we don't even have the money to resign him, so I'm not going to. And everyone else here, we don't need. So looking into the team, we have a lot of questionable players. I don't know if that makes sense, but our receiver and our tight end both only have star. Our defensive tackle only has star as well, and our defensive back only has star. So nothing important, but it's time to get into free agency. Here in free agency, we have negative $10 million in cap room, so obviously we can't do anything. But I'm going to go into the draft and start making trades right off the bat, so let's get into it. Here we are, as I said, the trade was declined because of exceeding salary cap. I traded a first, and a wide receiver for Minkah Fitzpatrick, even though we both are not exceeding the salary cap, so it doesn't make any sense. See, as me and the Steelers both don't have a problem with it, so I'm just going to trade it for a 7th round pick. I know you guys are probably thinking there, why would you trade that for a 7th round pick? But now I'm forced trading it for Minkah Fitzpatrick, so that way it's fair. And this is what the team looks like after not free agency, but the draft. And we have a bunch of depth players, and Minkah Fitzpatrick obviously as an upgrade. So, yeah, apart from that, it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are coming off a bye week, and our receiver has post flag elite and double elite move for a superstar ability, and we are 6-1, top of the division, above the 5-3 Bills, which is pretty great. And I don't need to re-sign any of these players like I always don't in the 4th season. And anyways, other than that, it is time to get into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we are coming off a win to the Green Bay Packers 21-13. We have first round bye and we are 13-3. Great season. Sam Darnold looks like MVP stats to me. 4th best offense, 6th best defense. Le'Veon Bell had an amazing year as well. Kyler Murray wins MVP, and Sam Darnold got third. I was just making sure. Kyler Murray must have insane stats to beat Sam Darnold's stats, but I guess so. He had very few interceptions as well, which surprises me. And Le'Veon Bell is also here with amazing stats. And let's go back to receiving real quick. Both of our top receivers had over 1,000 yards, so both of them had a great year. Defensively, CJ Mosley with the most tackles. Tackles for a loss goes to 14 for Quinnen Williams. Sacks, 10.5 for Myles Garrett. Interceptions, 2 for Mike Hilton. Safeties, 1 for Leonard Floyd. And defensive touchdowns, 0. So apart from that, let's simulate into the divisional round, and I am going to be playing the divisional round. I want to make sure we don't lose this, and I want to make sure we win the Super Bowl. In our final year, as we are playing the 10-6 Buffalo Bills, who are our divisional rivals, we have players to upgrade, and I'm just going to let the CPU upgrade them. I'm going to waste no more time and jump into this game with the Buffalo Bills. So I'll see you guys there. And here we are in the third quarter as we are losing 17-14, but we are now in the red zone as we score as it is 21-17. We are in the red zone again, and we score again 17-28, and it is 25-28, and I'm going to hop in here. And that will end out the game. As I hopped in to make sure we held on and ran out the clock, we win the game 25-28, beating Josh Allen in the divisional round. Next, we are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC Championship, who are 10-6, and I'm going to jump straight into this one, as they have Deshaun Watson and Derrick Henry, which is pretty interesting. And in the third quarter, well, actually in the second quarter, we are beating the living crap out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is 3-35 as we keep driving down the field. It is 3-38. And again, we are driving down the field 45-3. This game is well over. I'm just going to keep simulating it. 52-3. Us Jets, New York Jets, have no chill as the final score is 9-52. No chill from the Jets. Deshaun Watson did terrible, and it is time to get into the Super Bowl. Here we are in the Super Bowl facing the 9-7 Atlanta Falcons as we are 13-3 as the New York Jets. And we're just going to jump straight into this, and I will see you guys probably in the first or second quarter. Here we are in the first quarter, late into it, as it is 3-7, and we are driving down the field. It is 10-7. The Falcons strike right back. It is 10-14. We are losing. And as I keep simulating the game, it is 3-14, down by 1. Falcons score 3-21, and it says big field goal kick, and apparently the clock just ran out on me, so I don't know why that play just happened, but I guess it is what it is, and it keeps forcing me into the game, which I don't want to do. I want to simulate the game so that way you guys can see it quicker, and it is 3-21. We are still driving down the field as we kick another field goal, 16-21. This is a very tight game in the fourth quarter, 24-21, and we almost scored. Do we score? Yes, we do. 31-28 now as the Falcons strike right back, and I'm going to recover this. As I win the Super Bowl, recovering the onside recovery, 31-28 is your final score between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. Big Super Bowl win, and it's time to see who the MVP was. And your MVP is Sam Darnold, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 73.7 completion rate. And that will end out your Super Bowl, and that will also end out this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will show you the team before we end it all out. This is what the team looks like as Sam Darnold during Super Bowl week. I got superstar development with the ability leapfrog and jukebox. And everyone else here, I can't really see a development upgrade from anybody. So yep, that's gonna end out this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed this rebuild as Jamal Adams is one of my favorite players, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.